Morning everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do some touch rugby. It's a nice bright ball. It's a light sort of what they call a beach ball. So it's a bit lighter, so really good for youngsters. Just to also remember, touch rugby ball is a size 4, the biggest. So for adults they use a size 4. So younger kids I would be looking at a size 3. I use that a lot with younger children from sort of years 7, 8. I'll even use a size 3 and down. If their hands are big enough and they feel they can control, yes, get them onto a size 4. But that's just my advice on that. What we're going to do is we're going to go through basics. So I'm going to put out some videos to start always get to the very basics of something and then build on there so we have a good platform. So if we're wanting to go to the max to represent at an international level, we've got to be able to put in the really good foundation so that we can go all that way. The same as a building, you put that foundation in at the bottom to build a very big building. You don't put a shallow foundation to build a high-rise building. So what we want to do is get those fundamentals right and then build. So you might have to strip back, but it only takes a few steps back and then you'll be flying and getting it right. So here we go with the basics of how we dump the ball in touch rugby. So that is when it's a roll ball or when they call a dump. So a roll ball is when there's a turnover, a dump is exactly, but they're both identical movements. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn to do a dump correctly, and then we're going to do a dump and split. So here we go. Starting off, dumping the ball, we want to get the ball placed sideways like this in front of us on the floor, just like that. And then from there we want to get our foot to go over the top of the ball. Over the top of the ball, yeah? So first of all, we want to just get the dump correctly, and then we will add the dump and split into it. So first of all, we're going to just dump the ball, which is place the ball sideways and in front of us, just like that. From the side, place the ball in front of us, like that. But now there are little details that need to go with that. We need to get our head up as we do that. So we get our head up and we're making the touch. I'll explain in videos why we make a touch. Make the touch. So head up, place the ball. If you watch my hips sink as I go, which keeps my head up. So sink and making the touch on the opposition. So that's important, sinking our hips. So here we go. Dump, sinking our hips. Now, we can also dump the ball, so that's just as a roll ball when you're stationary, standing still. When we're placing the ball in movement, we take that step forward. So now we're going to place the ball here, making the touch. So now we can clear over the ball. Same over here, dump the ball, so we're coming forward, placing the ball, making our touch. Over the ball, clear it. What we also want to make sure we're doing is practicing it on both hands. We need to be able to dump the ball on the right and dump the ball on the left. Otherwise, if we can only dump with our left hand, if the player is on our left, we've got to reach over. Our reach is nowhere there. Our reach is much bigger there. So all the defender has to do is move their chest away or move their body away, and suddenly you've lost the contact. So making sure we head up again, sink our hips, dump the ball and over the ball. Practice that until you get it right. What we want to do is always go over and over and over a drill until it becomes a habit. Now talking about a dump and split is again we're placing that ball here, slightly in front of us. Watch again here, placing the head up, placing the ball there. When I do this, I want to make sure that I'm placing it close to the foot that's going to go over the ball. So we're placing it to the side. So now that foot's going to go over the top of the ball. Watch from the side, place it here, foot over the ball. So I want to repeat this now all the time. Placing it in the correct place, foot over the ball. Take the foot to behind the stationary foot. Watch again. Head up, place the ball, head up here, over. See, I'm adding elements into this as we go, but we're doing it slowly. We don't want to add everything at once. We want to get these few things right before we go to the next stage. I'll explain, and it will all become obvious why we do this when we dump the ball. So as we go through, watch, place the ball next to this foot. After a while, you will not have to think about it. You will just automatically place the ball. Same on this side. Place the ball close to this foot, head up and across. Head up and across. Another way to do it, if you've got partners, you can do it as well, is you just leave the ball on the floor, place your foot on the, your hand on the ball, and get over the ball. You see how my hips go low and across. Right, now that we've got those and we're getting it right, again, repeating, remember, repeating the correct exercise over and over and over again, it then becomes a habit. When we don't have to think about the fundamentals, we can then play what's in front of us. So whenever you learn a new skill or a new move, your eyes stop seeing what's in front of you. So you might be a really gifted player who can see so much around you. As soon as you add in some new moves or new elements to the game, you'll see your vision disappears. So the more you practice it, better you're going to be able to see what's going on around you. You don't have to concentrate on all these other elements. And you see that with professionals, top players in different sports, they've got all those ground movements, those fundamentals down, and their habits, so they can play what's in front of them. Right, so that's a story there. So now the next step is to go, so we've placed it to the side, our head is up, our hip are sunk, our foot is going over the ball. Remember, the closest foot to the ball. So to the side, now it's gone behind. We've got to that point now. Next one is just to take a second step here. And now we're balanced. So watch again. Here we go. Making the touch. Foot close, snap it behind, and take this foot there. That's what we want to do. So we're going to practice it over and over again. Just place the ball, snap, 1, 2. Do you see how I keep changing the feet I'm working with? Head up, and you slow it down to where you are comfortable. And as you get better, you start to speed it up. So we work in colors. I always say this in my lessons. There are 3 different colors: green, yellow, and red. Green is where it's too easy. We don't have to concentrate. That's our habit. Yellow is where we're going to work hard. We have to concentrate, but we've got control. Red is out of control. You're not going to get better. You're just going to make bad mistakes. So we want to be able to do that. So if you speed it up and you kick the ball, things like that, and you keep doing it, you've got to slow things down until you get it right. So if we keep practicing in the yellow, what's going to happen is that we're going to get better at the skill we're doing. Our green zone might be this big. As you get better at it and you've practiced really hard in the yellow, this is going to increase, your green is going to increase, and you keep working in that yellow. And every now and again you'll tap into a red and you'll know where you're at. So watch again, just place it next to the foot, head up, 2 steps. There we go, place, 2 steps. And we get our hands ready to catch that ball. So that's what we want to practice over and over and over again. Let me explain why we do that. Because if we take this foot and we come over this way, we're automatically going to turn our shoulders away from the play. We can't see what's going on. So taking it behind turns my shoulders into the right position. If I have more than 2 steps, so if I just muddle on how many steps, I don't have that control, what's going to happen is that I'm limited on my choices of what I can do after dumping the ball. So let me show you. So once I've placed the ball, watch, I'm in control. 1, 2, I'm in this position. I'm now balanced. So now I have the option of, my eyes are up as well. I can see the ball, I can see the half who's picking up, and I can see my opposition. If I get the ball here, I can do 2 things here. Is I could go in, because I'm balanced, to receive it. I can receive a short ball and head in here, or I can be here and then move away. I can do a third, which is to fake it in, just the movement, and then bounce up. But if I was placing the ball and I'm just muddling as I go back, I'm only going this way. So I've now got control over my body and over the movement to receive the ball and be able to do a lot off the ball. So fundamental, tiny little details make huge differences. And after a while, people will look at you and go, can't believe how good you are, but they can't work out why. It's because of those fundamental basics that you've got right, which gives you a platform to be able to execute more moves off the top, which I'll do in later videos. So I hope that's helpful, and look out for another video on dumping and what we do off the ball and getting somebody in to play that ball. I'll also do a video on how we pick the ball up. So I'm showing you all the different movements that are so important in each different element as we go. So look out for picking up the ball from the half as well. Thanks very much. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like it. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. You'll get more of these videos, and I'll take you through touch rugby and other sports as we go as well. Hope you enjoy your day, and hope to see you in the next video. Cheers, bye.